Hey, everybody. Thank you for that, Corey. You know what? I had it on mute like an idiot. I'm a noob. So let me start over. So we have Plan B. Plan B is known as a technical analyst, like one of the best. Had a model that was working for a while and then it failed. They all do that, so we shouldn't be cringing. Something that caught my attention is that Plan B is like, I think Bitcoin's going to hit like 200 grand, and the floor is probably 60. Now, I had said, a while ago that I definitely think that we're not going to see, 35 anymore. And then recently, I think a couple of weeks ago, I said, I don't think we're going to see 50 and 55 again. And looking at everything and listening to how it's going on, I can probably buy into what Plan B is saying with regard to, we're probably not going to see $60,000 Bitcoin anymore. I think I can agree to that one, right? Something else that caught my attention is there is a report by CoinLedger that says that over just this year, 2024, the bulk of the addresses out there, on average, $2,000 increase, right? And that's because of the Bitcoin surge. So what they're thinking is that, hey, you've got a lot of things going on and Bitcoin is actually moving in the direction you want it to move in. And so kind of to be expected. I agree. I mean, Bitcoin's up over 50%, right? Then you have, if you were holding Bitcoin, your portfolio probably saw some upward momentum, which is good. Dominic, is that Lauro? Dominic Laurel, how are you? Don't forget to join, bud. Do not forget to join. Also, if you're new, it would be nice if you told me where you're from. We seem to be really international. Like, I get up at like 4 o'clock, 3:30 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning, my time in New York. But I time everything according to my day. I was gently told by a friend of mine, Peter, who said, don't do that. Don't freaking name your shows by the time of day, you Nimrod. And I was like, and I couldn't say anything because he was right. He was right. I have to actually say, Canada, what's up? I have to kind of name my shows in a more generic kind of way, right? So we had, what was it? Friday, the nighttime something or other, whatever. So now that became Crypto Overflow. So it's just, excuse me, because it's international, and I never thought about that. It's a big deal. Elix Skipper, what's up from Georgia or in Georgia? Thank you for joining. What else do we have? Stablecoin developments. So looking at PayPal is saying, hey, look, listen, we're going to make it easier for you to flip from PayPal USD, pay USD to, fiat for cross-border transactions. And we're going to do that by not charging you fees. That's actually a very big deal. And I don't know if you guys paid attention. A while ago, I had said that, on PayPal, you can purchase certain crypto. I think it's like Ethereum, Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin for sure. I don't do anything there with that kind of stuff because they handcuff you. You can, I call it not buying crypto. I call it earmarking crypto. And the reason why is because you can't move it. So on Cash App, I can buy Bitcoin, but and I can take that Bitcoin and send it to another wallet off of Cash App. Can't do that on PayPal. So I call it earmarking. If it's someplace and I don't control the keys, not my crypto, you're just earmarking it for me. I didn't actually buy it. I bought an earmark. That's it. So, but they're going to make their cross-border transactions, a big deal. That's what they've always been shooting for, is to make cross-border transactions a thing, right? Because that's where they see their future. And I can't really disagree with that. Like, I seriously can't disagree with that. PayPal is also a service, and I don't know if you caught my show yesterday, but if you look at yesterday's video, I was talking about this cattle company known for their Wagyu. They said they got hosed by PayPal, and that's why they're accepting treasuries with with Bitcoin. And I just said, wow. And it's not the first time that I've heard that PayPal has had issues with funds with certain businesses. Anyway, that's a big deal. Something else that's a big deal in that stablecoin space is the idea that Ripple is going to offer their own stablecoin. If Ripple offers their own stablecoin, you best believe it's going to hit high on the market cap list, like mega high. Mega high, right? So we're talking about there are other stable coins out there. I think the only one that could possibly, not even possibly, like by far, obviously it's going to be Tether and then everybody else. Tether's just got that kind of market cap. So I think after that could actually wind up being, if Ripple comes out with their own stable coin, you're looking at competition between Ripple and Circle. Right? Like, I like competition. That's a good thing. So that's one of the things I'm looking at. If you have questions, don't forget to drop them in there. I'm live, so take advantage. Here's something that I do want to say from an administrative perspective. If I go live on the first show, it doesn't matter. That's open to the public. My later show, Crypto Overflow, where we really dig into different topics, that one's going to be for members only. So I do beg you, please go ahead and join. It's good stuff. I give some really good information, or so I've been told. We also have a website, growmybag.tv, that we're growing into be its own social media platform. And guess what? We just signed a deal, or we're about to finish off the deal with the Small Business Development Corporation in the United States, specifically New York, to host some of their classes, because we're not just talking about growing your bag from a personal perspective, but a lot of you are small business owners and we want to help there as well. Anyway, back to the news. So looking at regulation, because I'm reading my notes, you know me, I always have my notes in front of me. Looking at regulation, the European Securities and Markets Authority flags maximum extractable value, MEV, as potential form of market abuse in the crypto space. So that's got everybody in the crypto space scratching their heads like, okay, how does that affect us? Again, maximum extractable value. What do you mean? Can you please clarify? Because under MICA, they're saying that this could be seen as an abuse and punishable. And I'm just sitting back and I'm kind of going, punishable how? Punishable by who? And for what? Can you please be a little bit more specific? Like, are you talking about manipulation? And I think it comes down to changing the order of the blocks within a blockchain. So I want to understand, like, what do you mean, right? That's all I want to know is, what do you mean? Because once it's written, just like the movie, so shall it be written, so shall it be done. So I want to understand. I have to dig into that rule a little bit more, but that sent shockwaves through everybody. Something else, the Philippines is going after eToro. The Philippines is like, yeah, eToro, we don't like what you're doing. We don't like how you're doing it. And we're basically going to go after you because we don't think you're operating legally. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. eToro is not a small company. I mean, it's smaller than Binance and Coinbase and a few others, but it's a name that's well known in the space. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. The reason why is because now you have Binance obviously having issues in Nigeria, and Nigeria saying that there's this whole money laundering thing. And what's hilarious is they're going after a guy who's well known to be going after, terrorist money and doing anti-money laundering stuff. That's the guy that they're holding in Nigeria. Wait, this guy built his whole reputation helping companies and the United States go after this kind of stuff. And that's the guy you choose to hold? I said it yesterday, I'll say it again today, and I'll say it probably until this whole thing is over. What's going on in Nigeria does not smell right. There's something going on over there. Now, back to here, you have JP Morgan is optimistic that Ethereum is not going to be found to be a security. I'm sitting back and I'm saying, I would just like to understand how it could be found a security. Because I'm in the boat of, yeah, no, I don't think it's a security. But how could the SEC think it's a security? Did they just yank that out of the sky? Try to find a reason? Right? Wouldn't be the first time. Or is it there's something that they're saying that is a valid point that it's not a security or that it is a security? I need to know that because I'm with JP Morgan. I don't see it as a security, especially now. Maybe when it first started, possibly. But right now, I don't think so. Right now, I do not think so. And one of the reasons why is because it's so decentralized, unlike Solana, which is not so decentralized, right? Solana's been having issues. They've been having congestion issues. All of those meme coins and everything else that's going on there, they're having a hard time. So if they're having a hard time, I'm looking because I just want to make sure that I capture any questions or anything else like that. But if Solana's having such a hard time handling, the traffic that's brought on by memes, people couldn't do transactions. So it wasn't an outage. They didn't go down. It was just mad slow. If Solana can't handle the traffic, that's going to be a problem for them. I noted this, I think last week I had said, congestion for meme coins is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because you're not really transacting with memes. People are investing in memes, gathering memes, and then selling them when they think they can make money and then buying them back when, high, low, right? But those aren't real transactions. I mean, they're real transactions, but it's not like I went to a store and I whipped out, this coin and I paid for whatever it is that I was paying for. Like one of my guys on my team is taking his car in for service today. If he walks in the door, he pays with Solana, he pays with whatever, and he walks out the door. To me, that's a real transaction. That's a real use case happening in the real world. Purchasing and selling memes is not real, right? So you have all of this BS traffic going on, and you're going to experience that problem. And I'm just wondering when are people going to catch up to that? Because one of the things that Cardano is saying, good morning, Stephen Palmer. Good morning. Where are you from? That's the rule. If you hop on, I would like to know where you're from because we're getting a lot of international people. Somebody was on from Laos the other night, so I just like to know. I just really like to know. But looking at this, I'm sitting back and I'm going, okay, so Solana does have networking issues, right? It has, capacity issues. So Cardano doesn't. And so Charles Hoskinson is like, yeah, they had problems. We wouldn't have. And I'm like, yeah, that's throwing shade. Just a little bit. It's throwing some shade. Oh, you're from the US. What's up? Interesting. Are you from the East Coast or West Coast? I'm on the East Coast. I'm up kind of early. I know you can't possibly be from the West Coast. That's maybe middle America. West Coast though, 3 hours. Ugh, that would be ugly. That's the time that I get up on the East Coast. I get up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when I'm starting my day. And we've got a lot going on. I can't wait to tell you about it. A couple of minutes, I'll tell you about what we really have going on. It's freaking awesome. I'll just tell you now, we are actually testing out our class platform right now. So, I came out with the book, right? And the book is not a standalone thing. There's a class that goes along with it, and we're hosting the class on our own platform that we built. So we're testing that right now. We'll be testing it for like the next week or so, prettying it up, all that kind of stuff. But right now it's looking really, really good because what we want to do is the same way I deliver my information to you guys. It's I give you a fact and then I give you my opinion on that fact and then how I think it plays out with all of the other research that I do. That's how I deliver. Others might deliver differently, but that's how I deliver. Anyway, we'll be giving that class. There'll be two versions of it, two flavors of it. One will be live and one will be self-paced, right? And here's my little ham. That's Stitch. Stitch, you going to say hi? No, you're going to sit down? Okay, fine. So that's what we have going on. But looking at everything that we have going on right now, JP Morgan Chase being optimistic about, Ethereum not being, seen as a security, I think that's a very big deal. I think the SEC is grasping at straws. With regard to Solana and meme coins, I tell you, when it comes to meme coins, I tell you that I really try to drive home to you, please be careful when it comes to meme coins. Be very careful, okay? That's a very big deal. Be careful. There are big swings in memes. You can make big money in memes, but you can lose big money too. So pay attention to the swings. Pay attention to the rhythms, right? On another video, I had told you how I pay attention to the rhythms, how I get used to the rhythms for each separate meme. So I can kind of see how it ebbs and flows, right? And then that's how I would time that, sort of like double dutch. This is how I would jump in. So I really want you guys to pay attention to that. Something else that I looked at is just the overall idea that I've been talking about tokenization for over a year. I think a year and a half ago was my first video about tokenization of real world assets, because a country, I forgot which country it was, either Brazil, Argentina. Yes, Stitch. Yeah, he wants to get paid. One of the countries in South America had done tokenization of assets, of real estate, actually. And I was consulting at a firm and asked them, are they going to get involved? Because they're a REIT, real estate investment trust. And I had asked them when they're going to get involved. And I just said, wow, puts and calls get in and out on that coin. Yeah, but you don't really have puts and calls, right? You're buying the coin, you're selling the coin. You're buying the coin, you're selling the coin. Like, I wouldn't go that much further. But let me finish this thing about tokenization. So you have, really a really big push in tokenization. Last week I told you about how, okay, all righty. I told you about how BlackRock started a over $200 million fund, for tokenization of real world assets. But again, this started a long time ago. And the idea comes around to fractionalized ownership. And I had asked this company that I was consulting at, hey, are you guys going to get into this? Because again, they are a real estate investment trust. So if you're a real estate investment trust, how do you feel about fractionalized ownership? Come here, up. No, he just wants to be pet. He doesn't even want to hop up. Because, everybody wants to say hello. Everybody wants to say hello to Stitch, and, he doesn't want to talk to anybody right now. He just wants to get pet. Look at him. He's a big baby. So when I look at that, I'm just like, they were like, well, I don't know. Then I started thinking about this, and I just said, the tokenization of real world assets, here's the real issue with it. It's a good problem to have in my eyes. You can own something, own a piece of something, get paid the residuals from it. Maybe you own a building, fractionalized building, whatever else it is. And then I go and I flip that to somebody else. Or I hit that asset's trading platform and I sell it on the open market. And that ownership is maintained by that platform, right? Oh, there you go. Now you want to say hi. Look at you big baby. So I sit there and I'm like, you could do that but it's going to change, right? It's going to change, or right word. Can you hear me? I apologize. Upgrade something when it at how you split up the ownership of real estate. That's going to be a problem. I'm buffering right now. Good morning, Cortez. Hopefully it's come back. I'm waiting because there could be a streaming problem right now. This is why I go live, because I need to know, what's going on with the stream. It looks like we've picked back up. I think it was on just my computer restarted everything. So I'm hoping that we can come back to it all. So So we'll see. Let me know in the notes if it really got horrible or if I should kill the stream or anything. But really, tokenization of assets is going to be a big deal. Everybody's calling it RWA, or real world assets. And the tokenization of that is a very big deal. 5x5, I'm not understanding. 5x5. I'm missing something. Cortez, let me know what I'm missing. All right, my bit rate, is it better now? I think it's caught up. Anyway, tokenization is going to wind up being a big deal. So one of the things that I'm looking at is, thank you, Elix. Wherever I'm looking at where there can be disruption, because where there's disruption or the potential for disruption is where I believe I'm going to make the most money. So I'm looking at companies. Morgan told me about Pendle. Pendle's a company that's getting involved in real world assets and tokenization. There are a few of them that are out there. He told me about Pendle yesterday or the day before. I think it might have been the day before. But that's what I'm looking at, loud and clear. Thank you, Cortez. So when I look at all of these different things, I'm not just looking for information about this coin or that project. I'm looking across the board, like HUT 8 is actually doing well, right? But that's something that's not in the space. It's a miner. So they're a crypto miner, and you can buy the stock. So not everything is about buying crypto itself. Sometimes it's about buying stock. And right now, Paraguay is like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't allow miners. Because remember, there are a lot of miners that have not left the United States completely, but have taken some of their rigs and moved them out of the United States because, prices are cheaper when it comes to energy. And South America is one place, Africa is another. Radio air traffic control, please, means I hear you loud and clear. Got you. Is that what 5x5 means? I think that's what you're saying. That's what 5x5 means. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I wanted to let you guys know, that's what was on my mind when it comes to that. I know we normally go through the numbers, so we can actually go through the numbers. There's the computer. Just bear with me. I just got to turn this off and turn on this overlay so you can actually see everything. Yeah, I'm live. The fear and greed index is back up to 79. I told you it was going to go back up. People are feeling confident, like mad confident about what's going on in the market right now. So I'm expecting more upward momentum. If you look at total value locked, we were at 119 yesterday. We're at 120 today. So a little less than a $1 billion move upward. I'm not mad about that. But if you're looking at Bitcoin, again, look at this. Again, my blue band stretches from 57,686 to 63,714. Then I have a green band that's starting and its base is at 69,355. We're operating between the bottom of that and the top of this. And it's a very, very tight space. We were even tighter for a minute, right? For a couple of days, we were trading right here. Now we've expanded and we've gone up. And I told you, because of this contraction right here, I thought we were going to wind up going up. We did. You could see it. You could see how it was coiled. And you could see like it was going to spring in a little bit. And it did for a little bit. And then we came back down. I think we're going to start going up again. And one of the reasons why is because we're 14 days away. I think it's 14 to 15 days away from the halving event. We should be paying attention to this. These are opportunities, right? After the halving event, that's a catalyst. And then we start seeing things go higher as people start to realize we went from 900 Bitcoin being mined every day to 450. And there are freaking people out there buying up 800 at a clip. Look at Mr. 100 buying hundreds at a clip. That's going to be crazy. Right after the halving event, that's going to be crazy. Now you can see everybody that's down. Remember what I told you about meme coins? Look at Dog with Hat. Down big. When it's deep red like that, that means it's down big. Down big. So I want you guys to pay attention to what's going on out there. Now, W is a wormhole. So, W is wormhole, and it's, an interoperability platform. But looking at WIF, you can see that big swing. So it's a big swing down right now. So if you're asking me if I would get in at the moment, well, if I had the extra money, yes, I would. I've got extra money, but that's my dry powder that I would use for something else. I'm not getting into that space right now. Doge is down, just flipped down big, down 5%. Yeah, I can see that. What's Doge's, real positive in life? It's Elon Musk, not enough for me. So looking at the board, let me get back to the top. There you go. 66,830. Okay, still sideways. That's what that says to me. Still sideways. We're still trading within a very contracted space. So we should be paying attention to what kind of opportunities can come our way, right? Scroll down. I wanted to take a look at, there you go. I wanted to see what SHIB was doing. SHIB to me is in a good spot where I could buy in. Avalanche, not so much. I'm kind of leaving what I have there. Bitcoin Cash. I mean, people sleep on Bitcoin Cash. Look at this. 163% is one of the highest out there. Outside of memes, it's one of the highest out there. I mean, there's Toncoin. You guys know I don't muck around with Toncoin. Shiba Inu's up 159%. People are looking at certain coins and going, "Oh, they're boring. They're not sexy like meme coins." Blah blah blah. Wah wah wah. But these are sure things. Shiba Inu is not a meme coin anymore. Hasn't been in a long time. So I'm looking at things like, yes, I can look at meme coins. That's not an issue. But I can also look at coins that I know are sure-footed and I have less risk. It's just like stocks. Yes, I'm going to invest in things that are high risk, but I'm also going to kind of invest in things that are far lower in risk. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. Ooh, I might have missed a lot of people. Hold on a second. Cortez gave me the answer, 5x5. I will pay attention to that from now on. Knox Bill, what's up? How are you? Where are you from? The rule is, if you're new and I don't know you, I want to know where you're from. It really helps. Stitch is having an issue because my son's going to school right now. In my opinion, what's the optimal amount of Shiba should an investor own? Ooh, you're asking for financial advice, and I'm not allowed to give it because I'm not a financial advisor. Now, for me, how much money would I put into Shiba Inu? I put in, at the beginning, I put in about 500. Yeah, I think I put in about $500 when my son first told me about it a long time ago. So that's where we were. How much would I recommend someplace else? Somebody else? I wouldn't recommend financial advice to somebody else. Am I looking at Shiba Inu right now and thinking this is a good place for me to buy? Yeah. For me, it's a good place to buy. And the reason why I think so is because I don't know if you guys realize this, but I also look at really what the all-time high is for a given coin, right? I didn't open up my spreadsheet today. I really should. You know what? Maybe tonight I'll open up my spreadsheet. I have an Excel workbook where I have my real one, obviously, but then I have a for play one where I show people this is how you can track your assets in this workbook. This is the dashboard that it creates. But then it also shows you, here's some information and data on the assets that you actually want to track. And in one of those columns, you can actually see you can also see it when I do the 25 up and 25 down. You can actually see the all-time highs for each coin. So Shiba Inu is not at its all-time high. See where I'm going with that? So I think that thank you so much, Elix. Join, man. Join. If you like it, join. It helps me, man. It helps me in a big way. That's my daughter going to work. And so he's having attitude problems. Stitch, come. So the idea for me is, if it's not hitting its all-time high before the halving event, before everything really starts taking off, to me that there's an opportunity for me to get in. And Shiba Inu is one of those coins that's on my list of, yeah, I DCA into that. I DCA into Polygon. People laugh at me about DCAing into Polygon. Polygon to me is a part of connective tissue, and the reason why is because some DeFi applications actually leverage Polygon. there was a DeFi transaction, a pilot, and I think they've gone beyond pilot now, between DBS Bank, JP Morgan. There was another couple of banks that were involved, and they leveraged Polygon, Avalanche, Uniswap for that DeFi transaction. That's why I like Polygon. Avalanche, I still like, but if I have a choice between the two, I'm always going to choose Polygon. Uniswap, I like, but there are other things that I would get into before Uniswap, but I would get into Uniswap. But I do use the all-time highs right now as a way for me to gauge, is it still a good time for me to get in? Because I think once Bitcoin starts taking off, you're going to see Bitcoin drag everybody with it. Everybody's saying, oh, this is a meme. This is being led by the memes. No, I'm not mucking around with it's being led by the memes. Memes can make you money. Memes can always make you money, but I'm not buying things or storing my hope in something that's based off of a cute freaking name. Feel me? You've got to show me use case. And Polygon, Avalanche, Uniswap, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, I can rattle off, coin after coin after coin after coin that has proven to me I've got real use case, and those real transactions are happening, which means I have real longevity. What I'm saying to you is, and I want to get into it tonight in tonight's show, is that I think there's going to wind up being a lot of there's going to be a lot of coins that are going to fall by the wayside or merging with others. I think that's a strong possibility, right? Because there's an article that I read and I fully agree with it. There are a lot of stupid doggone meme coins out there and a lot of dumb projects out there that are just going to fall by the way. I know somebody who did a meme coin. His meme coin never took off, but he's out there with his coin grow traffic, and I'm sitting back going, what does your coin do that other coins don't already do? What's your thing? It's a cool name. Yeah, nah. That's why. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Don't forget to join. It really helps me and supports the channel. And we've got more things coming. Don't forget about the book. It's on sale on Amazon right now. Crypto Foundations for Building Multi-Generational Wealth. It really does give you the foundational ideas about what crypto is and where it's going. And you need that to start making better decisions as you move forward. Anyway, if you have ideas that I can make this, where I can make this better for you, please let me know. I'd love hearing from you guys. Have a good one.